Okay, let's open Inkscape. Maximize it. Turn off our snapping tool. Zoom out. Set our printer page paper size. Mine is 8.5 by 11. Let's import our picture. Explore headstock. Open. Okay. This is an Ibanez. Let's lock it first. Ibanez Explorer headstock. I couldn't find a good picture of a Gibson head Explorer, so, and I like the way this one looks. Alrighty, now we need our nut measure tool. So we click on rectangle, select it. I'm going to fix the stroke style so we can see it. Let's try for 0.8. No, let's try for 1. Okay. Let's unlock it. And the width is 43.00. Lock it and enter. Okay, this headstock is quite a bit bigger, so let's, okay, it is locked. Let's start reducing it. And since the nut on this is white and this is white, I'm going to change the color of this to light blue. And I'm also going to change the stroke width on it. Try for 1. Okay, now we need to zoom in on this. The outline on the nut on this guitar is kind of faint. Okay, looks like we got it. So we're going to move this out of the way. Oh, well, that changed on me. This needs to be 43. Okay, let's bring it back. Zoom in. Change that stroke width, it's a little bit too bold. 0.5. Okay, now the guitar is a little bit too big. So set 281 and try 278. Just a hair more. Let's try 277. Oh, see, it says 42,517. I'm going to make it transparent. And let's make sure it's still 43. Yeah. Which means the guitar, you make that transparent again. Okay. Which means the guitar is just a little too small. Let's go to 279. Okay, that looks good. Now let's see. This is still 43. Yeah. All right, we're in good shape. Let's zoom out. And take our temporary nut over here. Okay, now we're going to draw around this. Use our Bezier tool. We're going to do a rough draw first, and then we're going to zoom in and clean it up. That's the neat thing about this. You don't have to be perfect when you first do it. When you come back and clean it up, you can perfect it. And I'm going to make the stroke red because the guitar headstock is black and I want to be able to see it. So I shift and red. And I'm going to make the stroke 1. Okay, now let's zoom in on it. So you can move these around however you want to. Drag that. And you can fine tune it with these arms here. Neat thing is if we need extra nodes, we can add them. The only thing is deleting them. I can delete them on my desktop, but for some reason on this Chromebook, if I try to delete one node, it deletes them all. And I don't want that. But I don't have a screen recorder on my desktop. It's a dinosaur, I guess. So I got this Chromebook just recently, and it's got a screen recorder, so that's why I use this. Okay, well, let's zoom out. Now I want to show you something. I'm going to separate them and zoom in. Now you're going to clean all this up once you glue the pattern onto your MDF or plywood. You're going to come, rough cut this, and then come in with a sander and smooth all that out. So this probably doesn't matter, but I like to get it as exact as possible. Do you see where it's kind of not a smooth line here? And it's kind of rough in here. That's because of the nodes we used. This one and this one. These are for corners. And the way they can make it look like you've got dimples in your lines. I've noticed that when I've drawn guitar bodies, they really show up there. And so this is the one we start out with. It's for corners. But in order to smooth these out, use this smoothing tool. You click on it and then you come over here and smooth it out. But first I'm going to go back and put this back together. Okay. Zoom out a little, or zoom, yeah, out. Okay, now I'm going to go back with my node tool, and these I'm going to change them to smooth. You have to be careful where you do this, because if it's too close to an edge like this, let me see if it'll work here. Okay, it seems to be working. When you smooth these out, though, you lose some flexibility in these, the way these arms turn. Let me show you. See, it dips in like that. Whereas the other way, when you got the corner nodes, you can just do space, one space at a time. But when you smooth it, it does that. So let me undo that. Okay, we'll go down to this node, try to smooth it and see what happens. Okay, that one's okay. That one's okay. But these here that are sharp corners, I'm going to leave these alone. There's no point in doing those. Okay. Now we're going to see. I'm going to separate them down and see if they look better. Oh yeah, that looks a lot smoother. Now right in here, you can see kind of a pimple. We're going to fix that. So let me undo it. I'll show you how to do that without turning it into a smooth node. Oh, they already are smooth. We need to bring these back to corner nodes. Okay. Now see this arm here, if you'll make it straight, it'll straighten this out. It won't look so bumpy. Same here. Okay, now let's make them smooth and see how that looks. Okay, let's zoom out. Ooh, it's still bumpy. We may have to make those just corner nodes instead of the smooth. I don't remember what I have here. Okay, they're smooth. Let's turn them into regulars again. Corner nodes. And okay, let's zoom out. Take this out. It's still a little bumpy. You may just have to just sand that down to the way you want it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot more time on it because we need to wrap this up and get it done. Okay, I'm going to change this back to black. Shift, black. Okay, now let's get our nut tool back, and we're going to make a center line here. Okay, it's still at 43, so we're in good shape. Let's zoom in. Okay, see where this arrow is? That's where we're going to make our center line. Okay. Zoom out. Use our snapping tool. Let's get our blue guidelines. Don't need the horizontal one. Move that out of the way. Need the vertical one. Before, let's turn that off first. That snapping tool can be real annoying unless you really need it. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, we're going to center this blue line over the arrows. Okay, we got it. Now let's zoom out. Now we're going to take our, let's snap it, snapping tool. I'm going to take our Bezier tool. Well, let's get rid of this horizontal line. Like I say, we got the snapping tool on. We don't want things to go crazy. Okay. I'm going to start up here. Double click down here. Okay. Now then, we can remove, let's get rid of the guidelines for now. We're going to come back to them. But we got our center line now. Let's get rid of that nut. Nope. I'm going to have to zoom in. Okay, zoom out. Now we're going to make the tuner holes. So I'm going to go over here to my circle tool. Needs to be white. Okay, the way we make them perfectly round, unlock it. These are going to be 10 millimeters in diameter. So we go to the width here, type in 10, hit the tab, type in 10, hit enter, and lock it. Okay, see how those are both 10? Height and weight are 10. Okay, now we need 5 more of these, so I'm going to duplicate this one. Instead of just making 6 manually, it's just easier to duplicate the one that's perfect. So I'm going to duplicate this 5 times for the other 5 remaining. And what I do, it's selected, and I hit Control D. D is for duplicate. I'm going to do that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going to move them up. Okay, they're not exactly where they need to go. So that is what our next step is. First, we need to get rid of our picture. No, that's not it. I guess we have to zoom in again. Here we go. Well, this is really bugging me. I think I'll go ahead and fix this. See that node there? That's what's causing it. See how that looks? Oh, that's much better. Okay. Now let's zoom out. Now we're going to group all this. Hit the group button. And we're going to make the stroke width the same on everything. Let's try 5.5. There we go. Okay, now we're going to tip it on its side because we want to line up these tuner holes. Oh, it didn't group. That's not good. Let me zoom out a little. Maybe I didn't get a good grab on everything. Group. Okay, now we are. Okay, now we're going to bring in our guidelines again. Create guides. Now we're going to zoom in. Since this has been grouped together, the way we work on these tuner holes is to touch them with the node key and then select them. Okay, here's the node key. Do that. Select. Now we're going to line up our arrows with the blue line. Going to go up to our coordinates here. The vertical is what we want. We just have to experiment with the plus and minus because we don't know what we need yet. Okay, here's minus. Oh, that's working. Okay, that's good. Now we go to the next one. Select. Ooh, that's width. The wrong one. Let me undo that. Redo that. Okay, here. Okay, now on this one, select. Okay, that's good. Node tool, circle, select. Coordinates, vertical, plus sign, bring it down. Okay, node tool, this one, select. That's real close. Plus sign, okay, we got that one. Node tool here, select. Plus, 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 plus. Alrighty then, that looks really good. Now we're going to zoom out. Okay, they're grouped again. Okay, now we're going to flip it. Flip it good. Okay, that's basically done. Get rid of this. Get rid of our guidelines. Okay, that puppy is ready to print. It's a little cockeyed. Okie dokie. Well, that's all there is to it. Now, just another little say, since it's all grouped, you can't, we're going to say this line is too long and you want it shorter. Well, you just click the node tool on that line, select it, go to this middle arrow, bring it down, middle arrow down here, bring it here, click out of it, you're grouped again, and you got the line the way you want it. Alrighty, well, let's save this project. So, in case you're not printing it right now, you can come back to it and print it later. So we go over here to Save Document and type up here Explore Headstock. And enter. Okay, it's saved and you're good to go. Now you can delete this picture and this nut if you want to. They're not really necessary unless you want to come back and check your work again. But should be good to go. All right, I hope this helps you, and I enjoy doing these. I hope it's really helpful to people, and I like to pass on the things I learned by trial and error. And believe me, I've had a lot of trial and error. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you like my content, please click the button and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.